I was given a choice of the title for this presentation. So I use the title, How the Technology is Going to Affect Higher Education. So I belong to a lovely professional university. Some of you might know, but it has also become the largest university in India within the last 10 years, having 30,000 plus students, but I will introduce the university a bit more. And a couple of slides on higher education. When you look at the challenges, equity, access, and quality, those are the three major challenges even a 12th five-year plan is addressing, but access is the key. The population is increasing. When you look at almost 45 to 50% population are younger than less than 30, and majority are less than 23, and they need access to education. So the question is what as a country we have done, and where the future holds, and what role technology can play. During the 11th five-year plan, I think they created a capacity to educate about 8 million people. And during the 12th five-year plan, they are expecting that 10 million more students, that capacity will be created. Now the question is, if you take 10 million, and on the average you say one university can accommodate 10,000 students, still you are going to need a lot, close to 100 universities, provided we fall in that category. But when you look at that many universities, they are demarcating already between public and private that, let's say, I think numbers are given like 2.6 million in state and 0.6 million in central, but these are public funds. Then 5.8 million students are going to go to the private universities. That's how it is. And so if some of you are aspiring to open a university, this is a wonderful time, and opportunity is there. But the major challenge is how we distribute equitable resources. We have to ask that question. These are public resources. If you ask me if I'm the HRD minister, then central universities, which is 0.6 million, it says they receive 100% of the money from the central government. And expectation is they will perform the best. It depends who is going to look at the quality and the accountability. And the central state universities also, they get 100% of the funding. But how the quality is assured, that's a question we have to ask as a society. But if you ask me how a kind of efficiency will come, you take the public resources, let them open for competition. Let the public and private university compete equally, provided the public and the private universities are meeting the same mission, not for profit. Another challenge we find is it's easy to open universities these days, but from where to bring the human resources? Look at the number of PhDs the entire country is producing. Number of trained manpower this country is producing for those people who will fill the need for the faculty jobs. So that's a huge, and as a country, I don't think India has addressed that issue seriously. And if you put a second-rate faculty in universities, it's going to create a third-rate universities. So that's very plain fact. The reason private sector is growing, they could attract some of the best and brightest. And universities are not able to do that. That's a huge challenge. And we are not learning that lesson from other countries. So look at what China is doing, Brazil has done, Malaysia, Thailand, Korea. In the US, if you look at US example, US is the knowledge hub of economy. Their economy depends on the knowledge you create. After World War II, majority of the US universities, I would say 90% of US universities didn't have good quality faculty, except few. So they took the stand that they are going to recruit the people and they're going to train their own faculty. I went to US in 76. I started my faculty job in 81. And when I started, 90% of my faculty in my university were homegrown people. Now there's a different trend that universities don't hire their own PhDs. So maybe India has to do that, if we look at that example. Brazil, they put 10,000 fellowships a year. Each fellowship was like $150,000 US. They sent those students to US for the next 5 to 10 years, and created a pool of faculty. China is sending 50,000 students a year to all over the world and creating a potential pool of faculty. China is recruiting aggressively all over the world to bring top of the line scientists to their universities. What we are doing. I think we cannot stay quiet without doing something. We got to look into something where India can flourish. So let me give you an example of lovely professional university. It's a private school. I took 2-year leave of absence for the US. I still have my faculty job there. And I came to India to see if I can play some role. And so what we did, we created a vision for the 2025. Not universities can create a short-term vision 5 years, 10 years, but I think a long-term vision is needed. So we decided that LPU will be the International Center of Excellence and Innovative Research to address the challenges of industry and society. Society is very, very important. Although industry hires people, but ultimately, even industry is serving the society. And we got to look at what a common problem society is going to face in the future, or currently they're facing. Energy is an issue. Good quality food is an issue. Water quality is an issue. Environmental quality is an issue. Quality healthcare is an issue. You might say infrastructure. But good citizenship is also a challenge. You go to China, you go to Thailand, you go to Taiwan, people feel passionate. This is my country. So I think we need to have that citizenship role here also. In terms of mission, we will seek opportunities to create new knowledge in science and technology, which is needed for knowledge-based economy of India. We will prepare the students for globally competitive society so that they become globally competitive professionals and they become successful and serve the society in the 21st century. So those are the missions we have set forward. We would like to become a world-class university. If you look at the top 200 rankings of the universities, not a single university from India ranks among those. But where did we go wrong? We cherish IITs. Some of you might be a product of IITs. We are all very proud of our own alma mater. I'm proud of my alma mater where I started in India. But the question is, what has gone wrong? Even China has several universities. Even some of the small countries like Korea has among those lists. So we would like to be in top 10 research universities in India. We would also like to be in top 200, although it looks a difficult task, but not impossible. So the question is, those of you who are sitting in this room, Technology Hub, I was walking through the posters, cloud computing is becoming very, very popular, and we are not too far from here. So the question for us is, can IT solution help us with effective teaching or effective student learning, improving the efficiency for faculty productivity, or entire university governance? And I will tell you what technology role we have played. I'm not 100% knowledgeable about all Indian universities, but I can assure you, if you put down top 5 universities in India who are technology savvy, LPU will be one of them. I can assure you that. Even exceeding IITs, and I will prove in a second. As far as history, we started in a very humble way with the 250 students, 13 teachers, 4.5 acres of land, and only one discipline, business, MBA, MCA, BBA, BCA, only one discipline. And we had a very small facility, 30,000 square feet, one single building. Then over the next 5 years, we put down 5 different colleges, engineering, pharmacy, architecture, education, and law. Over the next further 5 years, we said technology is fine. Majority of the institutions in India are engineering and business. But we wanted to make humanities a core program, because if we understand well, if you've got to train our students for lifelong learning skills, without humanities courses, it's almost impossible. The reason is, some of those courses, they teach students how to think. Otherwise, we are learning thermodynamics, we are learning fluid mechanics or fluid dynamics, those courses. And today, we have 30 different disciplines, 371 students, 371 degree programs, 30,000 students from all states of India, plus 31 countries. We have 33 students at distance in 275 distance learning centers. Now, distance learning centers are run differently at FPU compared to other universities. We have 1,800 faculty, 600 acres of land, 80 lakh square feet of built-up area, exceptional cultural and sports facilities, and continuous improvement curricula is the basic theme. And we are going for US accreditation, especially ABET for engineering. And we have also set a goal that industry partnership is a must. Without industry, we are not going to become better. And we have made industry as part of the discipline for each and every school. There's plenty of open space area for students to grow. It also has become a destination for hosting very large events. If you know India Science Congress, we are competing for next year. It might happen. But next to Science Congress is the Bharatiya Vigyan Sammelan, where about 10,000 scientists come. And we brought 50,000 students from high schools for that, and we organized that. We are also becoming a very good destination for All India Universities festivals, annual or Northern Regional Zone. So I think, and in addition, we have lots of presence from other countries. Lots of tie-ups with other universities. And quality infrastructure is there, whether they are hostels. It's the first university in India with its own shopping plaza on the campus. You need to come and visit us. We are hosting lots of study abroad programs from other universities around the globe, are sending their students for some kind of short-term training programs to LPU. And we are also taking our students to other countries, and this is what we are doing. For 2025 vision, since we would like to be a research university, so we have set our goals. Since India, none of the Indian universities are setting up a mission to train future faculty. So we thought we will take that opportunity in our hands. So we are going to train 200 PhDs a year in the year 2025. It's going to take a lot of effort. That means we have to admit about 1,000 students a year to produce that many PhDs. We are going to train about 1,500 masters and MTech degrees. And 100% of the MTech and PhD students will receive fellowships. I will come back what level of fellowships. And our faculty, 100% faculty will be receiving external funding for research. Although every school, and we have a total of 24 schools, have their own research labs, but we have built a separate 9-story building where we will bring state-of-the-art labs. If Microsoft want to come, we will give them the space, we will give them the faculty, and let them come. If some of you who are representing some of those companies, I saw pretty Cisco and others, so we are developing those partnerships also. How to become a world-class university? You got to have some milestones for yourself, but you got to create an environment to be there. We have hired our new Dean of Research. Until last year, ours was a 100% teaching university. Beginning last year, we started putting the stones for the research. We hired the Dean. We are going to upgrade this position to the Vice President level. For every school, we have a research coordinator appointed. Faculty appraisal. Faculty annual increments will be given on the basis of research. Right now, we are putting 30% weightage for research. Eventually, it will be 50%. We have started our own research initiation grant program that every new faculty can compete, and we will give them 1 to 5 lakhs rupees to start an effort. We are starting with small, humble way, 25 PhD fellowships at 25,000 rupees a year. Although Indian government highest rate is 18,000, so we want to, hopefully that will attract some of the best and brightest. And we have already admitted 150 students. Mostly are on their own, and they are part-time, but we want to bring full-time. We have changed the guidelines for a master's and PhD program. Earlier, the relationship between the master's student and the guide was very fuzzy, but now they all have to meet once a week. Everything will be documented. using IT help. Attendance will be taken. Notes will be taken, what they discuss, what will be discussed next time. And master thesis will run over 3 semesters along with the courses. And PhD will be over 3 to 4 years. All research will be interdisciplinary, and faculty will be encouraged to tie up with the industry for consultation or research. And we will establish some of the, where we would like to be known as a university in solar energy, nanoscience, water resources, pharmaceutical, and food processing. Because in Punjab landscape, these are good opportunities for us, and we would like to excel there. Every institute director will be a world-class researcher. We may have to hire overseas, and I think we have already started the effort. They will be multidisciplinary, multi-university, and each will have a tie with the industry or overseas faculty. And eventually, each center or institute will be independently funded. We will provide funding for first 5 years, then they have to attract external funds to be self-driving themselves. We have built excellent library. Auditoriums are there because the faculty needs this auditoriums for organizing seminars and conferences. Right now we have 500 auditorium, which has been in place for last 6-7 years. We just finished 1,000 seated auditorium, and we have started the construction for 5,000 seated auditorium. That will be the largest auditorium in India if any university can expect to have. Quality faculty, I put a challenge. We are going to hire in the country and outside the country. Right now we are not there, but our goal is to have the salaries as competitive as could be potentially in the US. That's the only way India has to compete. Industry is doing it, why we as universities cannot do it? And all the PhDs LPU will produce, they can compete with any PhD with most of the universities in the US. We are working very hard to set up collaborations. I was at Iowa State University. Last week, we brought 21 members, all education and all the vice-chancellors of those universities, the deans, to LPU. We are going to set up a sister-to-sister relationship between Punjab and Iowa. So I think those are the kind of things that are happening already. And some of my students or my colleagues at other universities, like University of Illinois, California, Cornell, we are building partnerships so that our PhD students in particular can have one guide here, one guide in the US. Our faculty can have joint project between here and there. DST has already companion partnerships between National Science Foundation in the US, Ukraine in the UK, and India. So our faculty can tap to those funds. For faculty development, we are setting up a center for teaching excellence and learning. Reason is, if you hire a fresh faculty also, you got to train them for the teaching pedagogy, how to become an effective or a better teacher. We have to have good policies so that people get attracted. So we got to create an environment that some of the best and brightest are attracted to LPU to do the job. And it should be a destination for those faculty who would like to make a difference in this society. Technology. 100% campus is Wi-Fi. Everything you need in terms of technology, we have. We have more than 3,500 CCTV cameras on the campus. Every classroom has a camera. Every lecture is recorded. And we are going to soon put every teacher's lectures online in a course file. Every course teacher is teaching, every lecture, whether they're PowerPoints, they're handout notes, they have to put in the course file, which is accessible to the students, to teacher and management. Curricular development. What we have done is, we have set up is a faculty driven, it's a benchmarking with some of the top universities in the US, in India. We have academic policies, schemes, syllabi, instruction plans. So benchmarking, what we have done is we have picked up 2 for the US or international, you might say, 2 best in the nation and 2 regional. And let the faculty committee decide which one they want to pick up. We need to look at UGC and some of the already accounts for technical education requirements, some of the requirements of the accreditation like ABET, and industry input, what industry is looking at, what kind of skill set they are looking at. So what we have done is, there are learning outcomes and effective engagement. Teacher and student should work kind of fully engaged. That model is gone when teacher is teaching and students are listening. Now teacher can learn from the students also, provided they have a very constructive dialogue in the class. So that's what we have brought in. Every course will have learning outcome identified. They must put online. Students are accessible, parents, industry can see it. Every lecture should identify 1 or 2 learning outcomes. What those students are going to learn that day. And how teachers are going to evaluate those learning outcomes. Teacher goes back to the office and makes 1 or 2 questions about those learning outcomes, which will be asked at the midterm or final exam. And then those questions will be stored in the question bank, and we have a software, it automatically generates the question paper depending on the, we have 3 categories, easy questions, mid difficult questions, and very difficult questions. So software will pick up so that it can generate a kind of qualitative question paper for students. On this program, if students would like to get BTech honors, that means they should do extra work. Every semester they should take 1 extra course, either on entrepreneurship or society, humanities, or external technical research side. Humanities have become a core part. In India, one of the IITs have only 9% of the courses for which are dedicated to humanities. You know, at MIT, if you're doing BSc in engineering or BTech in engineering, 36% of the courses the engineer takes at MIT are humanities courses. But in India, we have made students like machines. We don't allow them to think. That's the reason industry is telling us only 20% of engineers we are producing are employable. Biology has been made a requirement. All students will take biology courses. Environmental science is a required course. Skill development has become, every semester they will be taking 2 courses on skill development, communications, team building, problem solving. Capstone courses will be done in teams. Earlier it was separate, every student will take capstone course. Now 4 students will take capstone course, and industry will give us the projects. How you measure the success of your program? If there is a EBIT requirement, if there is a NET exam, GATE exam, every faculty students will have to take those exams. If students pass, 70-80% of students are passing those exams, your success story is in front of you. Emphasis, every engineer will have to take minimum of 4 computational courses. We have introduced a minor because 90% of the engineers today produced in India are going to one industry, IT. So why not have a minor for all students? BTech MTech program, earlier they were combined, so there were questions. If a BTech student would like to get MTech in 5 years, they must complete 100% of the requirements for BTech, 100% requirements for the MTech program. Skills I already mentioned. I think I already mentioned this one, so I'm going to move forward. Let me tell you, this is what we are doing. There are separate softwares which are functioning seamlessly. If you, let's say I'm teaching fluid mechanics, I made a change in 1 lecture, it will reflect in every software, whether humanities, engineering, so everybody can see the change has occurred, thanks to technology. I think I went through. I just want to give you a glimpse what the technology is playing a role. These are the instruction plans. These are visible. So we had in 2012, then we revised in 2013, what changes were made, what lectures were made difficult, how the learning outcomes were assessed differently. And these are the kind of sections, I don't know if you can see. You can see what are the pedagogical tools they have used, learning outcomes, and what are the other things they have used. And how the question banks were created, responding to the learning outcomes. Everything is online. We do not believe in anything which is in instructors files. This is our university management system. When you open it, it looks like this. You open the landing page. You can see if I'm learning, Rohit Dand is he helped me prepare most of the next slides. So I thought, let me use it. So this is, you can see some of the activities on that day. Again, you can see some of the things happening in terms of administrative tasks, or attendance record, whatever you want to see on your own. You can also see some of the announcement university is making, and it comes to your portal. You want to see some of the kind of teacher class exercise or student information, this particular student, which courses they are taking, where they are, and you want to look at the teacher, HODs would like to look at HOSs also. These are the three main things, UMS, administrative and academic. Administrative module has different softwares, whether it's a security, bus system, or coursework, everything is included there. Academic modules are there. And you want online leave, how many vacation you have taken, when you took it, where did you go, or everything is on record. And you can go through the portrait, and you can look at all your record also. It interests you to see at the end of the year, what did you apply for, where did you go. Administrative tasks are there in terms of, you name it, everything is included. If you are a boss or a HOS, you have employees working for you, you can look at their record. You can sanction unless the leave is sanctioned online, that people cannot leave the campus. And I can sanction at 6 p.m. and it is visible to them instantaneously, and they can leave in the morning because that's what they requested. We have a relation management system. As a faculty, I can make a complaint. As a student, I can make a complaint online, and that complaint will go to the right people. It will be addressed within 24 hours. Complaints, okay. You can look at your own profile. You can look at your salary slips. You can look at your increments. You don't have to wait for next day. Increments are announced on 28th of February. They will be there. Policies are there. HR policies, how the recruitment is done, who people are coming for interviews, are they selected? If you are the dean, you can access that information. Library, books, attendance. Every student is supposed to have 70% attendance. If students got 69.9%, automatically even A grade becomes F grade. Parents have access to the attendance. Parents can see what the students are doing. I, as a Vice-Chancellor, have access to all the information. I can pinpoint any student. I can look at every faculty, which room they are teaching, what they are doing on that day. You can download sections. You can download the attendance of each section. And you can upload the assignments as a student. You can download the assignments. And basically, you can look at all the activity possible. Course preference, students can take the courses of their choice, where that facility was available. All the hostel allocation we do online. We say hostel rooms will become available midnight today. People can pick up the rooms, they can pick up the hostel, they can pick up the room partners with whom they want to live. Within 3 hours, all the rooms were gone. Look at the savings we have done. We don't have to hire 10 people for the allocation, and then they are biases. Now everything is online. Assignment upload, all the assignments are done. Teacher have to put the grades, then the HOS can see it. Otherwise, assignments, when you and I were going to college, assignments were sitting in teacher's folder. Now everything is in online folder. You can, all the grading is done online. You mark the papers, sit down there, download the grades online, then you leave. Otherwise, teachers are not allowed to leave. If they leave, half their pay will be deducted. There are some carrots and there are some sticks also there. All the instruction plans for all the courses are visible to parents, to industry. Industry can see what kind of courses they are taking, what are the contents are there, what are the learning outcomes, so they can hire our students. Okay? Now we have started some online projects overseas. We have set up our own company. And people can give us the projects. And you can look at all those projects online, startup companies. Okay? Anyway, thank you very much. I was looking at the wall. I just wanted to finish.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. It was a wonderful presentation. Are there any questions for Dr. Kanwar? Yes, go ahead.
Yes.
Actually, he's coming in.
I gave you just a glimpse that the technology is making us very, very effective. Although it's also painful, people have to put lots of information online. Yeah.
Go ahead.
I'm Ashan Sharma. I'm alumni of Delhi College of Engineering, DEU. Your presentation was excellent, but LPU is visible more in the media, in the television or in the newspaper, rather than on the ground. Can you tell me where is your position as far as the state universities are concerned? I think you don't come in the first 100 university, state universities.
Well, I think
Actually, your presentation is very much exaggerated. It is not based on the fact.
I think this is the truth I gave you. Now you decide where we rank. There's a perception when the new university started, right or wrong, they sometimes do make mistakes. There's no exaggeration, first of all. Like I said, I spent 35 years. I don't know how to even speak a lie. Either you believe it or don't believe it, leave it that way. And the ranking, whether we rank in top 100 universities today, possibly we don't rank the state universities. But if I have to pick up even some of the universities which were the oldest universities in India, Banaras Hindu University, Aligarh Muslim University, Delhi University, I can go to Calcutta, these were some of the oldest universities. And Delhi University, the Vice-Chancellor is trying to put the attendance biometrics which we have implemented 5 years back today. So, right or wrong, is let the products decide with time.
So let me intervene and stop that, because ranking happens on a whole lot of parameters. We are talking here mainly about IT architecture that enables good governance within a university.
Well, this was the second time I've heard the name, but it was just like a dream come true for me. And this is the vision India should have. Why the government is not doing this? So I beg to differ here. This is the best presentation I have.
Thank
you
you.
for your comment.
Thank you.
Are there any more questions?
Yes, yes.
There's a question here. One more.
Thank you very much for very informative presentation. Since you have very rightly mentioned about the faculty challenge, therefore my question is on that. You see, it is said that teaching is a combination of knowledge and the passion. Whereas the UGC has made a recommendation, rather made it a condition that only the PhDs can become the teachers, whereas the quality of that is really suspect. Okay. You know how, because the passion is missing. Now I would like to know your views on this particular aspect.
I fully agree with you.
I'm sorry to intervene there. That's a very personal opinion and not very closely related to IT and technology.
The second passion. The passion is very, very important. Let me tell you one thing. When I came here, I'm a product of public university. When I went to my alma mater, it has done wonderful. The alumni are shining all over the world. But today the passion in the classroom is missing. You bring best and brightest, no doubt about knowledge is very powerful, but if you don't have passion, you don't get connected with the students. You don't come with a drive that today I'm going to make a difference in the classroom. My students are going to learn. Even knowledge will stay in behind you. You give me a mediocre teacher with a mediocre knowledge, but great passion. I can assure you that person will be successful. The second question about PhDs. I don't buy that we definitely need PhDs to become the best teachers. Of course, PhDs are needed for research and creating new knowledge. When IITs were established, what percent of faculty were PhDs? We need to ask a question. Today, UGC has put a condition, nobody can get promoted to associate professor rank without a PhD. And what India has started doing it? I won't say that. Look at the quality of PhD we have started producing, as public universities also. You heard the no names, you hear all kinds of stories. So I think get that passion and get to realities when we don't have that many PhDs, from where we are going to promote people. Anybody who will be hired, we should give them a career ladder. Today we hired you as lecturer. In 10, 15 years, if you perform, these are the steps, you will become a full professor. You could become a dean, you could become a vice-chancellor. Thank you very much. Very good question.
One more question.
Sorry, we have one more question. There's a
Yeah.
gentleman who hasn't asked, so I would like
Sir,
to give him
first
the
I should
opportunity.
thank you for your scintillating presentation on education area. I have got two questions, sir. One is
So one is what you will get.
sir, your the information system which you talked of, is it your homegrown applications or is it for any branded ERP sort of thing?
It's 100% homegrown. That's where one of my colleagues asked me a question with artificial. We have 60 people working full time. There's a division of Infotech. These are all people, if you come to the university and go to the room, you will find a mini Satyam or mini Infosys sitting there. And we have floated a company where we have started getting orders from the US universities, and several other universities have visited. Like I said, we brought 21-member delegation from Iowa. Even they were impressed. They would like to implement some of that system in their universities, because all the information about employees and students is available to you. Otherwise, without technology, we could not do that.
Thank you, sir. Sir, and one more question. What about the industry-academia collaboration initiative?
What we did, we have 24 schools. Every dean has been asked, and the deadline has been given, and which is coming March 1, that they should have 5 to 10 member board with industry representatives, and only those industries should come where they would like to have close association, where our students are being hired, where they would like to have consulting projects, and where they would like to see some research coming. So it's a requirement, and 24 means 24 times 10. At least we are expecting about 200 to 300 industries will get integrated. Now, Punjab does not have a very large industrial base. If you put people from Chennai as one of the vice president for advisory committee here, chances of getting that person are not very easy. But those of you who are with the industry, please come and serve our advisory boards. We will take care of your logistical expenses, but help us to contribute and make our students successful.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. On that generous note, let's end this topic. Thank you very much, sir, for your time and effort and for the presentation. There is a small token of appreciation.
Thank you very much for the appreciation. I want to thank the organizers for giving us the opportunity. It was a bit of advertisement for LPU also, but it was, the main point was technology, automation can make a difference to make our universities more effective and accountable. Thank you.
Thank you very much.